Well, it's personal between me and you, and I'm going to do you some serious harm, you big stiff idiot.
All right, Brendan Taylor here, True School Sports. I'm here with one of the best light heavyweights in the world, Craig Richards. How you doing, champ?
I'm good, man. I'm good. I'm very good. Just embracing the occasion, just relaxing.
Yeah.
My trip in Vegas this week.
What brings you to Vegas this week?
To be honest, like, I just fought a few weeks back. I had some time off, but what I like to do is, even on my time off, enjoyment to me is still boxing, because boxing is life. So last week I went to New York, spent the week there, a couple of the gyms down there, and then I went to the Teofimo fight.
Yeah.
And then obviously flew out Monday, come here for the Vegas week. Been going to the gyms around here, learning, looking to get some work in this week, some sparring and that.
Okay.
And then Saturday I'll be at the Haney fight. So, and then probably go to a gym, maybe in LA next week. Just doing my American tour, and then back to London next week to get back my work.
Well, if you ever come to the Miami area, the South Florida area where I'm from, I'll give you the grand tour. There's a lot of gyms,
Oh,
a lot of work, a lot of work.
I'm always up for good work, you know.
Yeah.
What I mean? Always up for good work.
We got about 28 gyms you can pick from. So
Serious. I like going to people's backyards and getting work.
Yeah. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah, 100%.
But Craig, you know, we were just having a conversation about, you know, your boxing career. You know, you're a world-ranked light heavyweight contender.
Yeah.
You've been in there with Dmitry Bivol. You mixed it with the best at British level and European level and all that stuff.
Yeah.
Where do you feel like you stand in the pecking order of the light heavyweight division right now?
Well, I believe that obviously coming around short against Bivol, I have to say probably just beneath Bivol. My fight the other day was with a world-ranked fighter. He was just about to box for a world title eliminator. He pulled off the fight to fight me a week later. 24 fights, only 2 split decisions, not gone his way, which was arguable. He's been in with guys 15-0, 12 KOs, which everyone thought he won, but he got a draw against these guys. Never been hurt, never been stopped, walking guys down constantly. And I went out there, boxed him last week and knocked him out within 6 rounds. So yeah, I think like if you look at that, he's at world level, and I'm destroying him at 6. And I'm coming around short against the super champion. You have to kind of rank me just beneath the super champion.
Okay. I know like the other big light heavyweight in Britain is Joshua Buasti. Is that a fight that you would like in the future or that you would fancy?
I think we're going to end up probably crossing paths at some point. You know, I think he's ranked high in the WBA. I'm ranked number 3 in the WBA. Joshua, I've known Joshua for many years. I think we boxed in the amateurs when I was early in my career as well. I've known him for a while. He's a very cool guy. But boxing is boxing. It is what it is.
Yeah, I know. Like, I know you're very well known in like the UK. Yeah. Obviously I'm American, so I have an American audience. Yeah. For people that maybe this might be their first impression of you, what could you tell them about Craig Richards?
I thought that Craig Richards, the underdog mentality. I've come through the hard way. Early in my fight, from 6 fights in, I've been beating guys 12-0, 6 KOs. I haven't taken the easy route. I haven't padded my record. I've been beating unbeaten fighters from 14-0 British champions, 12-0 Southern Area champions, 12-1 continental champions, world ranked, 10-0 top British contenders. I've done it the hard way, and I've obviously fought my way to fighting for the super champion, Dmitry Bivol, one of the best pound for pounds, and coming around short. So people who don't know me, definitely going to be world champion, hopefully unified. We
talked at length about the Bivol fight, and you know, I made the comment to you, which I said I thought Bivol had slight ring rust. You said no, he didn't have ring rust. He even said it in the post-fight interview, and people need to start admitting and putting respect on the Craig Richards name.
100%. You know, like people say, oh, Bivol didn't look as good as he usually did. Was it ring rust? Bivol said himself, this wasn't ring rust. This guy's got a very high IQ. It's like he knew what I was going to do before I did it, and he nullified everything I was going to do. Yet people still don't want to just say what Bivol come out of Bivol's mouth. We can see it on the screen what's happened. People still trying to make excuses. But as I said to you off camera before, it's not the first time in my career this happened. When I knocked out Jake Paul, was a massive favourite in all the betting shops. People said he must have had an off night. When I beat Shakan Pitters, he was a favourite for the British title. He was 14-0, 6'7", light heavyweight, awkward as hell, and I was out jabbing and boxed him, knocked him out within the 9th. Something must not have been right. You know, everyone I'm doing this to nullify, and it must have been all these opponents having an off night. No one can't just turn around and say, yeah, Craig Richards, high IQ, good fighter.
Yeah. Well, you know, like, look, there's a big fight coming up in the light heavyweight division. I know you got Beterbiev versus Browne. Would you like the winner of that fight?
I like the winner of any world champions.
Yeah.
Any world champion is what I'm interested in. I'm in here to be world champion. That's what I came in the game for. I never come to make up numbers. I've dominated the British scene already, becoming British champion, continental champion, Southern Area champion, international champion. I've cleared up all of that. Now I've got my eyes set on that world championship. That's kind of last for me to kind of achieve, and that's what I want.
Yeah. So is a fight in the States in the cards soon for you? You think?
1,000,000% I want to.
I mean, what the MGM Grand? You're at the mecca
That's
of.
exactly what I want to box. I definitely want to box at the MGM Grand. I was just saying to Frank just earlier, like, I want to box in Vegas. Like, something I want on my bucket list for 2022. Obviously, I know there's obviously other plans they may have for me. We'll just sit down and see what makes sense. But 100% box in the States is something I'd love to do.
Absolutely. Just from meeting you, Craig, for the first time in person, you seem like when you speak with a lot of conviction, right?
Yeah.
What do you think makes you such a good fighter? What puts you head and shoulders above your competitors at light heavyweight?
I think I've got a natural high IQ, a lot of good assets, and I think my dedication to the sport is different from everyone else. I've worked very hard, I'm very dedicated to the sport, and I believe I don't cut no corners, and that what makes me, separates me from the other guys, because I live, eat, dream, and box. I'm training 2-3 times a day, every day, and if I ain't boxing, I'm at home studying boxing. And I believe I don't have a social life, I don't go out, I don't party, I don't do anything like these other guys do. I don't cut corners on my dieting, nothing like that. So I'm one of the athletes left who's completely 100% dedicated to the sport, because I believe when it's all said and done, it's finished, I'll have a life to live after that. But right now, you can't be, you got to be immortal, and you got to live differently.
I like that, man. And it's refreshing to hear, because, you know, being around fighters, you know, a lot of these fighters, they're around boxing so much that when they're not in the gym boxing, they don't want to hear about boxing. But you're like, you know, no. Not only do I box at a high level, not only am I ranked, I'm gonna go to New York, I'm gonna go to Vegas, I'm gonna go to fights.
On my time off, this is where people, I've been in 3 big camps, 3 big title fights back to back. Now it's my time off. Most people in their time off are like, right, I want to go and live, eat, drink, whatever. Me, for my time off, is come to the States to study boxing, work in the gyms, spar, come to the shows, see what's going on. And that's what I'm saying. When I say live, eat, and dream it, when I'm out of camp, I'm still doing something boxing related. And once I get back to the UK, straight back into the gym. So that's the difference between me and other fighters.
I like it, man. It makes some, like, I didn't know that about you before, but like now that I know that about you, it makes me want to see you succeed that much more. Because like I said, you can kind of tell when you talk to fighters who really loves boxing and who doesn't. And I can tell that you love boxing.
I love it. I'm obsessed with it. You know, people always say to me back at home, you got to switch off sometimes. You're not well, you got to switch off. I'm like, no, I don't. You got to be obsessed with the sport. It's a dangerous sport. You can't cut corners in this sport. It ain't a hobby. This is serious. You can't tag your friends.
It's a lifestyle.
Tired. It's a lifestyle. So, and that's what I live by.
Did you have any fighters? Did you have any fighters that that inspired you, like that made you fall in love with boxing?
A lot of fighters growing up, I watched a lot of American boxing growing up, but if I had to say someone close to our generation, obviously like most people, Floyd Mayweather's work ethic really inspired me of how hard he works. His mindset, he's got a strong mindset. I remember him going through a lot of things while he was boxing, and he just able to shut it out and go and perform time and time again against tremendous fighters who you'd say legendary fighters as well. And he went out there, no matter what he was going through, he was dedicated to the sport and went and performed. So it was quite inspiring for me when I was coming through.
Okay. Well, Craig, I don't want to hold you up much longer, man, but is there any message to the boxing world you want to give about yourself, your career, anything you got going on before we end?
I just want to say, follow my journey, _Craig Richards on Instagram. Follow my journey. Thank you to all my sponsors. Thank you to all my support. And thank you people who don't write me off and keep behind me. So, yeah, it's going to be a journey, and I'm guaranteed it's going to be a successful one. All right. Craig Richards, a true warrior of the sport. Stop putting some respect on his name. Stop putting respect on my name. Thank you for talking to True School Sports. No problem.